Today I'm going to be playing Terraria for 100 days. I've been doing YouTube for a little over a month now, and this video is easily my biggest project yet. Without adding time for editing and script writing and voice recording, I've spent 40 hours playing Terraria, and it's safe to say I've put a lot of time and energy into this video, and I'd be really grateful if you could watch it all the way through. I know the video is quite long, but I'll put timestamps below to make it a bit more bite-sized for you. Let's get right into the video. To start our run, we start with cutting down a few trees, as you should. Then after that, we go to the left side of the map and cut down a few cactuses. Then we go and hide in a cave because we were being chased by a ton of vultures, and we actually find a few low pots in here. And as we were trying to mine, we actually took our first death of the run on day 0. After that defeat, I decided that we should make a house for ourselves and our future NPCs. And we collected more wood because you really can't have enough of it. This is the design we use for the whole run for our NPC houses. Got our guide there fighting for us, what a good guy. Then we go back to the desert where we get a few more cactuses. Then we head into the Crimson on the right side of our map. And we end up dying. After that defeat, I decided to make some armor for myself. And then we headed down some more and tried to start spelunking. But sadly we got poisoned and there was no way for me to stop it, so we died. Once we got back, we made our furnace so that we could start smelting ores into bars. And then as we were getting more cactus in the desert, we actually found a little sort of desert temple thing here. These really creepy stairs. But in the end it was worth it because we got some of this awesome loot. After that we went back home and made our first anvil. Then we made our first bow and got ready for another adventure. We went back down into the little desert temple and mined a lot of ores that we ended up using to keep upgrading. We also found a chest where we got these awesome boots that made us run absurdly fast. Then when we got back home, we made another floor of NPC houses and got a pickaxe upgrade. We also got our first life crystal as we were exploring the right side of our map in the snow biome. And as we continued to explore the right side of our map, we kept just finding these chests that spawn out and about in the world, and we kept getting some pretty good loot in there. A lot of recall potions, which we need. Also, we found this awesome tree that you could go down inside and find even more chests in. We got some decent loot from that, a lot of healing potions. And we also continued to mine. This is where I learned about all the different types of rarities of items. Pretty interesting, all the different stat boosts. And we also got another accessory, the step stool, which just makes you step on a stool. And we got our first summon staff, which was pretty awesome. It just spawned a little baby bird. When we got back, we made a piggy bank to store our gold, silver, copper, and platinum. And we also made another floor on the NPC house. Then we went and explored our oceans, where we got a little flipper and some potions, as well as some water walking boots. We never made use of them, but they're cool to have. When we got back, we used some stars and made some mana crystals to get our mana up, and then went into the jungle where we continued to loot chests. We found a few items that we already had, but anything was welcome, including all the potions. Also, we found a mine shaft, which was pretty cool. When we got back, the traveling merchant had a katana for sale, which at the time I thought was going to be absurdly overpowered. It turned out to not be, but it was cool to have at the time. Also, we got a magic mirror, which would help us significantly. Went into the Crimson and exploded these hearts on the walls, which gave us loot, which was nice. We also mined ore and got some more life crystals. I did not know that there would be any consequences to breaking these hearts, other than, just getting loot. So we continuously kept breaking them, and I thought I would just keep getting loot and keep getting loot until I eventually broke my third and a boss spawned. We had no chance to fight him. And with the idea of bosses in my mind, I decided that it was about time to build a boss arena near where we live. So I made a ton of wooden platforms, cleared out an area, and made a boss arena. Then I bought a ton of bombs from the demolitionist. This was going to be used for our elevator so that we could get all the way down into hell. Here's us starting our elevator. Doing it with bombs is much more efficient because mining would take absolute centuries. Also, I saw this. We feel an evil presence watching us. I decided that we should go back up to our base, and here is the Eye of Cthulhu. This is the first boss in the game, and thankfully he spawned on his own. We used our bow, and we took him down pretty easily, honestly. Not a bad first boss. With his materials, we made a new bow, which was much better than our old one, and we went back down to making our elevator. But as we were doing that, we got interrupted by a goblin army. They weren't too bad. Our NPCs actually helped us fight, which was pretty cool. With our new bow, we took them down with, I would say, ease. It was nice because we actually got a lot of gold from them. Now we went back to the Braid of Cthulhu to get our revenge, and we actually did. First try, not too bad. He gave us a lot of good materials, ores, and things like that. We ended up using all of the ore that we got from him, and we got a pickaxe upgrade from that. Then we decided to use a gravitation potion, which made us be able to flip gravity. We found a floating island, and in a house there we got a Star Fury. It's a really good pre-mode sword that we ended up using for a long time. Then we found a crashed meteor, so I mined up all of it. Pretty cool with the mod we have, and we made a shit ton of meteorite bars. With that, we made a whole set of armor and a space gun. With that, we decided to go try to fight Queen Bee. This fight right here was accidental. I did not mean to hit her spawn egg, which you can tell because we died. We were very unprepared. but it's fine. So we explored the jungle a bit more, mined some more ores. Also, we found this super cool sword. Kind of reminded me of Legend of Zelda. Turns out it was not that great of a sword though, but it's fine. Next, we found another hive, and this time I decided to prep up a bit more before we fought Queen Bee. And when we decided to fight her, I knew exactly what she was going to do. So we used our space gun, kept our range from her. We just go either under or over her when she would charge. And when we just learned her attack patterns and made a better arena, the fight was practically over before it started. With that, we made a new summon staff. And then decided that we were going to use the bee gun. Here we talked to the old man who spawned Skeletron. Since it was day, he couldn't do it, so I made a big old arena for us to fight in. This one I made quite big just because I thought his boss fight was going to be very hard. Turned out to not really be that bad. Even though he looks all big and scary, he's really not all that bad. As we were soon to find out with our Star Fury, we took out both arms and I just left him with his head so he can't really attack, and yeah. We got an awesome couch from him, so worth it. Also, on top of that, now we have access to the dungeon. In the dungeon, we found the Goblin Tinkerer, which was a welcome surprise because we could now get rocket boots and his workshop. And then we fell into a trap and died. After that, I decided to make a little bit of some room for some of the new crafting benches we found there in the dungeon. And then we also put a couch on the roof because why not? Here I made a grappling hook. And then King Slime decided that he was going to show up and fight us a bit late, but it was a welcome surprise. We used our Book of Skulls that we got from Skeletron and kind of shredded right through him. We also found this guy as like in our elevator on a single block. He had a ton of stuff that I didn't quite understand just yet, so I left him be, and we'll be seeing him later in the run. Now we go back to making our elevator to where we actually finally show up in hell. After that, we used another gravitation potion to where we found another sky base and we got our first pair of wings. After that, we sat and waited in the snowy biome for deer clops. Ended up not getting him, so we went down and tried to fight the torch god. I don't really understand what this encounter is meant to be, but it was on a boss list, so we did it. We got the torch god's favor from it, and that was it. No real boss, but that's alright. Then we went back into the snowy biome to where we waited for the deer clops to come back. Once the deer clops spawned, we decided to try to fight him with our bee gun. I was soon to find out that he had a lot more health than we were expecting, and we ended up dying to him in our first attempt. Thankfully, I was soon to find out that he actually stays spawned in, weirdly enough, unlike most other bosses in this game. So we ran back and we used our Book of Skulls and killed him. After that, we decided to do a little bit of storaging, and I decided to take back my Star Fury just because I thought it was a bit better than the spear. Here's me collecting a ton of blocks because we're going to start making a hell bridge. Now that I felt comfortable with all of the bosses that I had defeated, I decided that I think it was time that we fight the wall of flesh and go into hard mode. Right here is a voodoo demon, so when you kill him you get a voodoo doll, which is used to spawn the wall of flesh. Throw it into some lava and he'll spawn. I made a huge bridge and ended up not even using it. Rookie mistake, but hey, I am a rookie, so it makes sense. So we ended up having to rely on our wings and grappling hook, and we just barely beat him. But barely is enough. So we'll take it as a win. We got this awesome new giant sword, and on top of that, after defeating the wall of flesh, we go and break some crimson altars so that we can get hard mode ores. And I decided to break some more of these hearts because, I mean, who's stopping us now? We got the pawn hammer, why not? And we take out the Brain of Cthulhu quite easily. I mean, he is pretty hard mode. And then we begin mining, but we actually find the wizard, which is pretty cool. He's out here in the caves, so save him. Here we grab some obsidian. And with that, we can actually make some hellstone bars with the hellstone from hell. I know, they're very creative with the name. With that, we make a summon staff, a bit better than our hornet one. And we also make a molten pickaxe. Here we get cobalt and some more cobalt. It's our first hard mode ore, and we just immediately make it into a pickaxe so we can keep mining more. And now we get to ones I can't even pronounce, but yeah, that's fine. Here we max out our life crystals, and we continue getting this awesome pink ore as well as cobalt. Here we make our hard mode anvil, pretty sweet looking. And we start making more houses for our future NPCs. Yeah, it is hard mode, there's going to be a lot more of them, so 6 new houses, what's up? We also decided to make a cobalt repeater to replace our space gun, because I mean, might as well, and upgrade our boots. We also find a boss weapon, or boss summon, and we decided to fight Queen Slime. I went into it a bit cocky, I will not lie. I thought I was just going to be able to stomp on him, but no, that's not what happened. As a form of therapy, I decided to make some more houses after that crushing defeat. But, hey, you know, so be it. And then the pirates decided to pull up, and that was not good, because I was not ready. So I ended up having to cheese them with using a yo-yo from the door, and I did the same exact thing with the Flying Dutchman. It was quite an experience, but we got through it, thankfully. Just barely. We lost about all of our NPCs. Man, it was an ambush. Then we finished our houses that we were doing. And after that, I decided that it was probably time for a upgrade in armor. Then we went right back to mining. Mining. That is a part of this game. With all of that mining, we can finally make some more bars. And with that, we can upgrade our pickaxe again. We also decided to make some cobalt armor because it's much better than the one we had beforehand. And now we can finally mine some titanium. I get distracted and end up buying a horse mount from the zoologist. So Pretty sweet, I'll be honest. And then I tried doing this old man's army raid type of thing. It's our old one's army. I did not like it. It was like a tower defense thing. It was not that enjoyable, honestly. But hey, you know, some people like it, I guess, right? I won't shit on anyone. I mean, I am. But just, you know what I'm saying. Come on, you gotta know to know. And I don't know, I just kept trying to do it. I thought there was some reason for me to. It turns out not really. I didn't really give me any rewards that were worth it, but turns out when you complete wave 5, you beat it. So there you go. It was pretty cool, actually, to beat it, I guess. Yeah. We also find this skeleton merchant down in the caves. He was selling yo-yo stuff. It was pretty sweet, but yeah, I don't know, he's chilling. Then we make a titanium forge, which means we will actually be able to smelt titanium. Pretty nice. I do say so myself. And then we go down into depths and we find a mimic for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Turns out that he can just go through any walls or anything like that. Yeah, not awesome. Because what are you meant to do? He just flies up. It's like, okay. Made me feel absolutely amazing. But it's whatever. So we can continue to get titanium, which was absurdly hard to find. I don't know if that was just me, but yeah. We get 19 bars in total. And we actually upgrade to some pink gear. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet looking, if I will be honest. But it is being masked by my amazing bride's dress. I mean, it's pretty nice. At this point, I decided to make a arena in the hollow for the queen slime. I was hoping to beat her somewhat soon, but we'll soon see that maybe that didn't happen. But hey, that's okay. Everyone can't be the greatest, right? You know. So yeah, it's making an arena pretty sweet. I even added campfires and everything. I was really like feeling this one. Like this was like some legit shit right here. Made it look pretty. And then we spawned in Queen Slime. We actually almost did beat her. Got her into second phase for the first time. And then we got sat on. So, didn't work. Which led me to upgrading my sword. Something that I don't even use. You know, you tell me the logic behind that, because I don't even know. After grabbing some more titanium, I decide to make a mechanical eye boss summon. But, of course, nothing can go to plan, right? So a blood moon happens, werewolves come in and they fucking kill everyone. Everyone died. But, hey, you know what? When the sun comes up, it's all good. We also got a trifold map. That's pretty cool looking. We expanded our arena near the houses, because I knew that these bosses were going to get more and more difficult and intricate as we continue to play. So you might as well do it now rather than later, you know. And here we decided to try to fight the mechanical eye. I spawned them in before I buffed myself. I don't know what I was thinking. Also, I was using a melee weapon when I have a range build, so that did not go well. Here I make a hollowed mimic with a key of light, because they actually have some pretty good gear that we're going to want, which we actually got a storm bow. It is pretty sweet, as you'll see soon enough. It rains arrows down from the sky. Also, we're going to use some holy arrows with that, because why the hell not? I mean, they're pretty fucking cool. We continue to make housing for NPCs, because you can see we're all filled up. I mean, hey, I would want to be around me too. I can't blame them. You know, It's also kind of weird that a pirate decided to move in after he killed everyone, but hey, whatever. Now, you get to see the Stormbow in action for the first time. Raining all those arrows down. It gets us closer to a win, but not close enough because we still die. I decided that maybe my problem is HP regeneration, so I add a large amount of campfires to the arena. I also buff myself about 1,000,000 times with all these different potions. And then I take another shot at the mechanical eyes, the twins. And hey, you know what? More of the same. We die again. I couldn't tell you what I was thinking. So I start upgrading my armor. That was actually a step in the right direction. Kid you not. But yeah, we find another crystal, or actually found several crystals to fight the Queen Slime with. Also, I make a helmet that actually helps the range build. Do a little buffing, and we spawn in Queen Slime. Here we're going to try to kill her with our new Stormbow. You know, high expectations. And again, pretty darn close here. Oh my, will we win? That's the question. No, of course we didn't win. I mean, come on. What have we been doing for the last, I don't even know how long. But yeah, so I decided to try to upgrade some of my accessories, so wings and things like that, and we get some damage boost from them, some defense, which will definitely help us a little bit. We try the twins again. I bet you guys couldn't guess what happens. You know, wow, we died again. Really shocked by that one. Here we had to kill this little girl, but we get a metal detector, so I guess that was worth it. And we find this skeleton merchant again. He's selling the yo-yo stuff. I mean, fucking sweet, right? Also, these unicorns, I love them. We farmed them for their horns. They were very nice about that. Make our holy arrows. Big ups to them, you know. Big ups. And another blood moon. You know, I've realized that these like nighttime events quite literally happen at the worst times for you in Terraria. You'll want one and it won't happen, and then you're just trying to do something productive and it will happen. It's the absolute worst. I hate it, but what can you do, right? Here we end up making a bed because it speeds up time. I mean, we might as well have one. I mean, look at this. This guy hasn't slept in days. And 39 days, in fact. It's quite impressive. Here's us buffing up again. We actually have a mechanical skull now, but we'll use that in a bit. This is fighting the twins. Guess what happens? We die again. But hey, at least this time we got one of the eyes down. It was quite close. So that gave me a bit of hope. Maybe too much hope. Yes. It gave me too much hope because we ended up once again dying to the twins. So yes, it gave me too much hope. But what can you expect? I mean, shit, I didn't know what I was doing. But that's fine. So now we try to spawn in Skeletron Prime, and we actually end up killing him quite easily, which was a refreshment compared to how we've been trying to kill the twins. Yeah, I was absurdly happy with this fight, actually. It's pretty cool. He's just like Skeletron, but just with a few more type of attacks things. And we get our first hollowed bars. Pretty nice. Also, the Steampunk comes in. She's selling this giant gun thing for 2 platinum. I mean, yeah, I kind of want that, but we're really fucking broke, so we ended up not getting that. Once again, Blood Moon comes at the worst time, so we gotta fend that off instead of doing something productive during the night. But whatever, you know, I'm just complaining, right? At least we get some money out of it. Also, a lot of NPCs die again, which I'm so happy about. Here we go mining, and we actually find another mimic and get a flying knife weapon. It's pretty cool how it works. Right there you can see it would just follow my cursor anywhere on the screen. So we can kind of use it to farm anything without even having to go near them. So we farm some Souls of Light. And then when we got back to the surface, we had to fight another blood moon. At this point, I was getting really sick and tired of blood moons, but I really wasn't in control of the situation, was I? It really wasn't my choice. So, it's whatever. Here we do another hollowed mimic spawn. Hoping to get a bit more loot, as you do. And we end up getting this weird little rod. We end up not using it, but hey, right? Here we spawn in the twins again. And, you know, we died. Again. So yeah, we go back to spawning Souls of Light, because we need to make more boss summons. So, here's that. Also, a solar eclipse was happening, so I decided to go back up to the overworld and see what was up, and it was actually pretty cool. It was all of these like Halloween type of characters. They also dropped a lot of money, so I was not complaining about that. It wasn't too hard to defend, in all honesty. We did lose a few NPCs, which was quite annoying, but what can you do, right? Here we make another mechanical eye, hopefully the last. Here we fight the twins again, and we happen to also lose once again. It's not getting very shocking at this point. We fight Queen Slime again, and this time I would like to think that it went a lot better. I mean, yeah, we got kind of low, but we also beat them, so I'll definitely take that, you know what I'm saying? It's better than losing, right? So we actually just continue to farm Queen Slime. It wasn't that bad. Maybe it was a confidence thing? I don't know. Yeah. Then we found another hollow chest. Pretty cool. Got another bow, which was weirdly nice because we could actually now do some upgrades on it without me being worried about losing it. Also, we found a magic quiver, which was super cool and really helped us with our range build. Here we once again make another mechanical eye. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just the same boss. We make another hollowed mimic. You know, just trying to grind out gear and stuff like that. We get the weird staff thing again. Didn't use it. We have another blood moon. I just absolutely love these. You know, I'm just ecstatic. I love it. We did upgrade our gear though. You know, we got some new drip, which is nice. Here we are fighting the twins again. Pretty sweet. But yeah, this time we actually finally came out on top. I don't know if it was a weird stroke of luck or what, but we did it. It was awesome. Finally took down the twins. On that high of us beating the twins, we go in for a second time right after beating them for the first time. And yeah, it actually goes the same. I don't really know. Maybe it was the magic quiver or what, but yeah, we just kept beating them. It's fine by me, right? You know, I want to win. Here we make some hollow armor, which is a pretty nice upgrade. And then we start trying to grind some souls of night, because we need that for our next boss. And we, with that, we make the mechanical worm, which is used to summon the destroyer. And the destroyer was far easier than any of the other boss fights. Far, far easier. He just kind of ate up all of our damage. You know, it's kind of tanky, I guess you'd say, but not hard. I mean, he was just kind of wrapped around you, really. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome. We got all of the mechanical bosses down. But of course, no reason not to, you know, grind them out, right? I mean, it's free loot. Sadly, our NPCs died during this boss fight, though. It's kind of upsetting, but it is what it is, right? With that, we make the pickaxe axe, which now. Now with our new pickaxe, we can start mining a new ore in the jungle called chlorophyte, I believe. That's how you pronounce it. It's quite a sizable upgrade. It's pretty cool looking too. Green. I get down with that, right? There's actually quite a lot of it in the jungle, I'll be honest. It's not as rare as things like titanium. So, I mean, I'll take, right? With that, we make a lot of chlorophyte bars, and we start building up a new armor set. We go back into the jungle for round 2, trying to get more of it so we can actually finish out our armor set. So we finish crafting the armor set and actually make a new sword. Also, we go up into the air to start killing these wyverns so we can make a new set of wings, because our old ones are just really not helping us out much. So we get our souls of flight and we get some souls of night, and also harpy wings. And then we craft the demon wings. Pretty sweet. Much better than the old ones. We also try to upgrade our bow, and we get a demonic one. And then we do another one, and we get a deadly. So, much better than what we had. And then on top of that, we get an unreal, which is actually the best we could have gotten. So, I was very happy about that. Right now, our damage is sort of like maxed out, I suppose, for our bow, which is nice. Here we fight Queen Slime again. Just sort of grind them out, because why not? And we actually got a new little summon rideable, which was pretty sick. Also, we start trying to get some life fruits, so we can get some more health upgrades, because, yeah. We find our first Plantera bulb, and we begin making an arena around it. And then we fight them. Looking at this now, I realized that this arena was far too small, especially with the type of bow I was trying to use. So I believe that that's why we died in this run, was I just was a bit underprepared, but it's okay. It was a good first round. We tried. Also, we found another Plantera bulb pretty quickly, and we were trying to clear out for another arena, and I accidentally broke it, which was it was suboptimal. and I was just trying to get some distance, and then I despawned it. So I was like double pissed. It's not too great, but with a strange stroke of luck, right above me was another Plantera bulb. So we began the construction of a nice big old arena for Plantera. And I might have went overkill, but it's better safe than sorry, right? So we made a absolutely massive arena, put down some campfires, and also a ton of platforms and torches. And yeah, it was great. It actually made the fight nice and easy and fun. It was pretty sweet. So we took down Plantera with, I would even say, ease, just with how big our arena was. And we got a grenade launcher and of course the temple key, which is what we wanted. And weirdly enough, another bulb spawned right next to me. So we just took out Plantera again because, I mean, why not? There's no reason not to. Just wanted some more drops, you know. And we actually got a cool mask from him. And I wore that for a pretty long time. Then we made some more NPC houses. And some more. And then we started reforging a chlorophyte bow. Just because the next boss that we're going to fight, we won't be able to use our old bow. Also, the party girl came in and gave us a slice of cake, which was pretty sweet, you know? Then we continued to collect our life fruits. Quite important, I will say. And we were just mining, trying to find the temple, and we just mined right into it. Thankfully, I decided to mine a little bit over to the right there, because if not, I would not have been able to find it at all. So here we go into the jungle temple, and in the jungle temple you can fight the next boss that we need to fight. It was quite annoying trying to get through there just because of all the mobs, but once we got to the boss arena, we made it a little platform and then spawned in the golem. I was soon to find out the golem actually was my favorite boss in the entire run. I don't know why, but it was just he was just fun to fight. I think his little head gimmick was pretty cool, and also I think it was just a pretty nice, fair boss. So we just kind of grinded him out, because you get a lot of boss summon key things as you're exploring this area. So I just continuously killed him over and over and over again, and we actually got quite a few upgrades. We got a new physical weapon, as you can see right here. It just absolutely melts. But you know, stupidity got the best of me, so I ended up dying to Old One's army. So yeah, it is what it is, right? We found the skeleton guy again, and we actually finally made a we were thinking about making a purchase, but I don't think we did. Here we found our first truffle worm, which is used for summoning a boss, which I did not like finding them. Also, I started trying to upgrade some of the other things in for my accessories. Then we went back to the jungle, got some more chlorophyte for a new armor set I was planning on making. We're going to need quite a bit of it, but it would be worth it. And with that, we made our turtle armor, which we could then turn into beetle armor. So we got some pretty good upgrades. Here is the first time we tried to fight Duke Fishron. For some reason, I decided that I was too good or something, and I just didn't make a arena. That ended horribly, and yeah, we died very fast. But that's how it is, right? I mean, it's what I get. So then we went back into the golem arena with our new pixel, and we just continuously grinded golem because we needed some more beetle husks so we could finish making the beetle set, because we were just a bit off from making it. And when we do make it, we would be able to have a pretty big defense upgrade, which would prove to be very worth it. Also, we got a new magic weapon as we were fighting him. It's a little death ray type of thing. Pretty sweet. Here we begin to make the arena over the water for Duke Fishron. Took forever, so I'm not going to keep playing clips of it, but just imagine me sitting there for a long time making platforms. Here we see our new magic plasma rifle pistol in action, and I accidentally used my magic mirror midway through the boss fight, effectively wasting a truffle worm, which are rare, so I was quite pissed. But we found another and tried to fight him again. I didn't exactly know of his attacks just yet, so I'll mark it up to that for the reason why I died. But it was pretty close. We actually almost killed him on our second-ish attempt. Here we go into the dungeon because I could actually get a new type of thing called ectoplasm, which would be used to make a new set of armor. I ended up not really using it. I started making new accessories that really fit a magic build, because my ranger build just really wasn't working as much as it used to. Here we're fighting the wall of flesh, and I was hoping to get a magic emblem, sorcerer emblem, but yeah, we never did. But hey, you know what? The wall of flesh fight is it's all right. It's not a horrible boss fight, so it could have been worse, right? We could have been having to grind out, like, I don't even know, King Slime, right? But we did get all the other emblems, which was very annoying at the time. That, yeah, it was quite annoying. But it is what it is. It was fun grinding them out for a little bit. We went back into the jungle and continued to get life fruits. And we got Nature's Gift, which is another thing we needed to make a new accessory, which was the mana flower, which then we turned into the mana cloak. So yeah, we're getting real deep into the accessories. Also, I had to do an update on my T-mod loader, and we got all of these achievements all at once, which was cool. Pretty cool. That was probably one of the last upgrades that we did for accessories. And now we go and take on Duke Fishron. And a new nice thing is you can actually see the boss health, which is cool. I like that. But we died. It's fine though. We get another truffle worm and take another shot at him with our deadly heat ray, which was actually pretty good for a while. And this time, with our well-timed dodges and things like that, we actually take down a Duke Fishron. He's a pretty fun boss. I think it's cool that he shoots sharks at you. I think it's pretty funny. We also got a bubble gun from him, so yeah. And right after that, we immediately go into the Lunatic Cultist fight. This one was pretty interesting. He sort of just magically flies around and does all these castings, and he'll make several of himself to try to trick you and things like that. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet boss fight, I think. I like that it's a, like, player, sort of. Not like a giant big monster. It's someone that looks just like your player model. So yeah, it's pretty cool to fight against like an actual person. Now that we killed the Lunatic Cultist, we have to start taking down the pillars to fight the Moon Lord. This task turned out to be much harder than I originally thought it was going to be. These mobs were actually quite hard, but that's how it is. The pillar itself was actually quite squishy. It just took a lot of damage, really. And later you'll see how much damage you can take in reality. It's actually insane how fast you melt through the pillar. But that aside, there are 4 pillars that you have to take out. And we just took out the Nebula pillar, which is pretty cool. We get a new weapon. Look at that. Boom. It's just like fists. It is actually so sweet. The Nebula Blaze is easily my favorite weapon in Terraria at the moment. I mean, yeah, I haven't played the game much, but it is my favorite. Well, anyways, we take out the solar pillar. As you can see, we're really doing a lot of damage to the pillars now. They sort of just melt, which is absurdly satisfying. I'm not against it. These fights feel a lot easier with our Nebula Blaze now compared to the little deadly heat ray gun we had earlier. Definitely a good upgrade that we needed. I also kind of like all the little designs that they give all these enemies that you have to fight with these pillars. All sort of alien-esque. It's super cool. Something I forgot to mention, the solar pillars, I swear there's an enemy that farts. I'll try to... I don't even know. There was farting noises the whole time I was fighting them. I knew it's very random, but it's true, I swear. Now we make some new summoning staffs, which is very sweet. They also look super cool, the new summons. It's like a little dragon right there. Also, King Slime decides to try to fight us here. I don't know. He was out for vengeance, I guess. Now on to our last pillar that we have to take out. These guys are also pretty cool. They're got like, I don't even know, kind of odd looking. We also run into the Empress of Light. I couldn't tell you what was going on during this fight. I was just as lost as you. I don't know how she spawned. I don't know how I did any of it. But all I knew that it happened in the hollow. And yeah. But I don't know. Then we go back to killing the pillar. Also, once again, just gets melted. These enemies are probably my favorite out of all the pillars. They're kind of like these weird humanoid, I don't even know, xenomorph type of things. Predator, maybe? I don't know, I like them. They fly around. They're pretty sweet. Little did I know that the Moon Lord was immediately going to spawn after I broke all the pillars. So I got a nice welcome surprise of him barging into our home. I had no clue how to fight him, what to do, and yeah, with that I died. It was fine. So we went back to mining some chlorophyte in the jungle, and we are doing that because we're going to try to make a different armor set, actually. As you know, we are doing magic damage, so we actually make some of the Spectre armor. Then we go fight the lunatic cultist again, so we can once again get the pillars. You know, you'll see us continuously do this. Also, we go down into the dungeon and grind out some ectoplasm because we need some more to finish our set of the Spectre armor. But yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of a continuous process. We just go get the wave of 100 enemies, go kill the pillar, and then it's just rinse and repeat over and over and over and over and over and over, just so we can fight Moon Lord. I don't know. Should I complain about it? Maybe. Am I just bad at the game? Also, maybe? Nah, it's more like most definitely, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the gameplay loop, I guess. But that's also just me. I'm used to different games. But now that we have all the chlorophyte that we need, we finished making the Spectre armor, which is pretty cool. We don't have nearly as much defense as we had. Try to upgrade our Nebula Blaze, and actually, after one roll, I believe we got the best that we could have gotten. I don't know. If it isn't, then it's still insane how strong it was. We make some more platforms on our at-home base, and then go kill more and more pillars. And yeah, that's kind of our life at the moment. Here you see that message: impending doom approaches once again. So you know what that means. More Moon Lord, and you know, I feel pretty happy that we got halfway through them, but we still died. So we still got some work to do. We continuously spawn Moonlord with his summon, because with the little materials you get from beating the pillars, you can actually make a summon key for him. But we die again. We were closer, but not close enough. You'll see that this is a repeating process. We tend to die a lot. But it was worth it, because I didn't know exactly what I was doing just yet. So, you know, and what was I to do, right? Here we go again to fight the lunatic cultist. I bet you guys can guess why. Not necessarily because the boss fight is the greatest thing, it's because we need more pillars. So we go and break the pillars again, because there's nothing you can do. We have to keep breaking pillars. So now we're on to the solar one. Once again, these things fart at me, I swear to God. I hope someone who plays Terraria will show up in the comments and know what I'm talking about, but the enemies make little farty noises. I don't know if I lost my mind, but it is the truth, I swear. So after breaking the last pillar, once again, Moonlord spawns in. And man, I had no direction. And I can see that now, especially after playing throughout the full 100 days. At this time we were at day 79, but I could just tell I really was just bashing my head against the wall. We got pretty close there, I'll be honest. We were pretty close, but just not close enough. We were just missing a piece. Also, I just made some light tests that are pretty fun looking. I like them. I think they're pretty sweet. Never used them though. Here we fight Duke Fishron again. I believe I was going for a certain item drop from him. We didn't get it, but yeah, it's fine. Fight the lunatic cultist again. I mean, it's clockwork at this point for us. Right? Just killing them over and over again, right? And then we actually do some little upgrading on our summon staff, which is pretty sweet. Then we go fight the pillars once again. I mean, you know, it's whatever. You gotta do it. It's mandatory, right? Also, we made all these cool monoliths from some of the materials we got from breaking the pillars. And they're like little mini pillars. And you know, once you activate them, it'll change the background of your area, which I actually thought was pretty sweet. I will not lie. Worth it. Anyways, back to the pillar breaking. Here's our fourth pillar. And yep, go back to fighting Moonlord. And we sadly we lost again. Here we actually got a certain thing that I needed to make a new piece of accessory. Did it bring us the win with Moonlord? No, but I believe it brought us a step closer. And here you can see that after grinding and grinding and grinding for a few days, we actually beat him. What an amazing feeling. I kid you not. So with now finally being in post Moonlord, I decided just to do some stuff that I enjoy. So we went and fought Golem. like I said, my favorite boss in the run actually. Went and fought Queen Slime once again. And yeah, it was actually just so nice just to sort of chill, you know what I'm saying? We also got this cool drop called the Eye of Cthulhu. Pretty sweet looking yo-yo. Fought the Destroyer once again. Sort of all I was really doing was just having some fun. That's what it came down to. I really had no direction of what to do after beating Moon Lord, so I was just kind of doing whatever for the last few days. And like you see, I've been spawning Eye of Cthulhu's. Like I didn't really know what to do, so I just decided to do whatever seemed cool, and I wanted to see if I could one-shot an Eye of Cthulhu. I ended up not being able to, but it felt like I could. Here we actually started trying to purify our world, which was pretty satisfying to do. It's a fun little thing. Sadly, the Hollow did have to go. I do love the Hollow, but, you know, we gotta bring back the forest. Also, look at that, all that sand just turning like that yellow instead of white. Oh my gosh. It was so satisfying to do that. But we ran out of the stuff for the gun, so I started having to hand spread it, which was pretty funny in the Crimson. That's alright, like I said, I had a lot of time. Here, pirates decided to invade, so I had to fight the Flying Dutchman again. Got a revenge. Made me feel pretty good. Also, the cyborg that we had started selling this new racer drone. It was literally a drone. It was so cool. I could remote control it from way far away. It was awesome. Then we went and fought Wall of Flesh again. You can see we do a lot of damage, which was awesome. I don't know, it felt so good to be powerful. Now, I decided I might as well give my NPCs a little bit of a makeover on their house. I mean, they've been sitting in this weird, just brown hotel this whole time. Like, man, they gotta be bored of that. So I started using all these different types of paints and everything. I used negative paint on the bricks, and then purple paint for the walls, and I thought it was so sweet. Look at that. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, I won't lie. And I mean, man. And even the grass was pink. Yeah, it was, for me, it was an accomplishment, alright? Then I also made this conveyor belt. Hey, you know, I was, why not, right? I started planting these cool little cherry blossom trees, which you will see sprout pretty soon. Also, I decided to start collecting some wood that I was going to need for a project that I was going to do very soon. Also, I decided to start selling everything that I had in my chest. So I just cleared out basically everything I had. Sold it all because I didn't need it. Let my guy finally take a rest in his bed, and started doing a little bit of clearing some land for that project I was talking about. And man, this was one of my favorite parts of the whole 100 days. So I started off with, you know, building our floorboards, I guess you could call them. And yeah, I bet you guys can guess where this is going. I build the roof and the walls, and yeah, I start decorating what would soon to become my living room, and make a door because we need some privacy here. But yeah, it's just super sweet. Also, I was not happy with the desert being so close to my house, so I decided to use a little bit of some forest cleaning stuff on that. Also, we made some new fences, which looked amazing in my opinion. We made a second floor for the house. Kind of awkward, That's how stairs work, but, you know. Also, I decided, you know, if this could be my house, I'm gonna make it look sick. So I used rainbow bricks to make rainbow walls. I will be honest, in retrospect, they are kind of an eyesore. But hey, I put my nice golden chandelier up because why not? You know, I'm bougie. And a lamp right on the staircase. Kind of odd. Parts decided to show up again, and I had to defend my new house, man. It was crazy. These Flying Dutchmen just kept appearing. Thankfully, we are absurdly overpowered at this point, so they really didn't stand much of a chance. So the pirate invasion went down without a fight. Also, within a house, you know, you always gotta have a bathroom for, you know, bathroom duties. So we made that with all golden things. I decided to use some wooden walls for the upstairs just because I thought it looked a little bit better. Here I woke up on day 97 and they happened to be throwing a party, which was cool. I wish they would have waited a few days, but it's alright. Here we deck out my new awesome bedroom, and we even put some cake there right on my table. Also, we had a little storage unit up here right on top just to throw in some items that I wanted to keep. We start buying some party items for our final day here. We start decking out the roof of the house with statues, balloons, and things, all of that sort. Here I put down a painting in the living room because I wanted to make the walls look a little bit better. And also I put down all of the fountains that I could buy from the witch doctor, I believe. And yeah, they look pretty sick right outside my backyard. I decided to make a stone path leading to my garden and right outside my house just to, you know, not be walking on dirt and stuff. I wanted to make it look more unique, I guess. Also, we got a dog license and a bunny license, so there's a dog and a bunny, which is sweet. Here on day 99, I decided to finally give my character a well-deserved haircut after his, you know, whole 100-day adventure. Also got him some new hair dye. And yeah, it was super cool. We put streamers up in the house to, you know, get ready for the day 100 celebration. Tried to make a minecart going into my garden, but that did not work very well. Also, I put some more paintings in the living room. And, you know, it was inevitable that the last night would be a blood moon. So we could not sleep through the night, sadly. Our poor character had to stay up all night. But day 100 was a fun day. We got our beach ball out, which was super cool. You know, we had the balloons going, fireworks. We even brought out a kite, which was super awesome. And, you know, it just felt so nice to get all 100 days done. The fireworks, we set them off right on top of the house. Man, just an awesome, awesome trip. 40 hours worth of gameplay. And yeah, decided to shoot confetti on all of my friends here, all the NPCs. I decided they should join the celebration, because, you know, why not? They deserve it too, you know, they helped me out. And we put confetti all in the house. The guide, the cat, the bunny, everyone got some confetti. It was sweet. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.